Happy Monday, March 16th. I think St. Patty's is tomorrow. But anyways, happy St. Patty's weekend. It's Monday. Happy opening day, guys. Welcome to episode 22, Barrels with Breland. I am your host, Breland Amadova. And today, we acknowledge that we are alive and we are well and we are thriving. Passion, energy, effort. It's a great day to be alive. Episode 22, guys. Failing forward. We're going to fail forward because you know why? Opportunity is on the other side of failure. Okay? So, the No Filter Network has given me a platform to do great things. And shout out to No Filter Network and Eric Burns. Eric Burns, I hope I see you at a pickleball event soon. Yeah, man. Appreciate you. Miss you. Hope you're doing well. Anyways, also got good tough stickers. Anyone want, please reach out. Ton. Yep. Good tough. Great. Small little media business, content creator guys that are really good at filming things and putting things together and making them look cool and making you look good as an influencer or a content creator. So that's that. And also don't forget, Al-Qaeda is for everyone. Creatine electrolyte coming out soon. We finally have a manufacturer and we will be in the process of filling our stick packs and getting them out to you soon because they're for everyone and we want everyone to feel good, feel their best, live their best, thrive, longevity, create vitality, all right? Strength, honor, valor. Boom. So, episode 22, failing forward. And why baseball teaches you, if you play it, if you don't, it's basically why life teaches you how to handle failure. Life, baseball, sports, team sports, hand in hand. Okay? Failure. Something nobody likes to hear. A word nobody likes to hear. I don't like to hear. We don't like to hear it. Because nobody wants to fail. Nobody wants to do anything bad. Nobody wants to do anything wrong. Nobody wants to make mistakes, right? But the best way to not have failure is change the perspective, change your attitude, change your thought process on how you look at things, and kind of just keep moving forward. You learn and you go. So baseball is, I think, the only sport where you can fail 70% of the time, so most of the time, and still be considered one of the best, or Hall of Famer, a legend. No other job in the history of this world, in the universe, in society, will let you ever fail even more than 50% of the time, and you get to keep your job, right? And you're considered great, right? So in baseball, if you hit 300, that means you fell 7 out of 10 times. You only got to hit 3 times. And yet that's an all-star level season. It's mind-blowing and incredible to think that. But honestly, that's why you get paid the most in that sport. Because it is so difficult, it is such a challenge that just that little bit of success in a team sport creates some of the utmost value that a team can have to create a winning team, right? So the real question is, how do you handle failure? Because baseball, life, will give you plenty of it, and it's unforgiving. So the reality of baseball failure is every player goes through it. I don't care who you are. Ohtani goes through it, okay? One of the best players. Babe Ruth went through it, okay? Strikeouts, bad games, slumps, errors, bad calls from umpires. You're hitting, somebody makes a diving play on a hit. You can't buy a hit. You can do everything right and still get out. You can do everything right and still be wrong. You can do everything wrong, but yet somehow you get lucky, right? This game humbles you. You can hit the ball hard and it goes right to someone. That's baseball. That's life. You could do all the right things in life and something still goes wrong. Yeah, I don't get it either, right? That's why we keep pressing on, keep charging, and send it. Failure. It's one of the reasons baseball builds mental toughness more than almost any sport and probably anything you do in life. So if you have a chance, have an opportunity to play the game, it will only help you become a better person, a better teammate, a better human in this world. Because you have to learn quickly how to reset quickly. You have to have that automatic switch that everything is a learning experience. It's done for you and not to you, right? Reset. Basically, failure is it happens, breathe, evaluate, learn, reset, go. Okay, the best players in the world have short-term memory. They store the failure in the bank, learn from it, move on. Or store it in the bank while moving on. After the game, go back to it, bring it out of the bank, evaluate, learn, reset, go. Okay, that's what the best players do, and that's why the best players are in the MLB, because most of the best players, physically, skillfully wise, are the same as any AA, AAA, even a single A guy. Right? Talent wise, about the same talent, honestly. But they're in the big leagues because talent wise, they're doing their talent just consistently a little bit more. And mentally, they're doing everything a lot more with almost 100% consistency. Okay? They move on to the next pitch because they're worried about winning the next pitch. It's always the next pitch. One pitch happens, now you're focused on the next pitch. You can't worry about the last pitch because you can't take it back. Failure is your greatest teacher, your greatest therapist. Honestly, therapist, I think, is a scam. Do not go to therapists, people. Life is your therapist. You're your best therapist because only you know what you want. And in the end, only you can help yourself. So if you know what you want, you know what you're passionate about, you know what you love, that's all you need to focus on in life. And then therapists have no point. Literally, therapists is just someone to talk to and waste your money. So find someone close to you, a friend, a family member, and that's who you talk to. That's who you go to for advice. Or find the people that are in something that you enjoy or have done it or have the experience, and that's who you talk to. And I hope it's one of your best friends or family or connection you have. All right, so failure is your best friend. It's not your enemy. It's your best teacher. It's your best mentor. Okay, every strikeout teaches something. Maybe your timing was off. Maybe the pitcher beat you with a good pitch. Maybe you missed the pitch, right? And then you swung at a bad pitch the next one. So don't blame the bad pitch you swung at. Look back, reevaluate, and be like, I missed that pitch. You know, in baseball, you really don't get a lot of chances. Sometimes you get your one pitch in an at bat, and that's all you're going to get. And if you miss it, you might never get another pitch again, and you're either going to have an 0 for day, or maybe you have a great day. But a lot of times you get one pitch and you miss it. Oh boy. Could be a rough day, or it could be just a learning day, right? Because most of the time it's not your physical ability, it's your approach, it's your mental thoughts going into an at bat as a hitter, right? So the key is learning from it instead of fearing it. So learn from the failures, learn from the mistakes, because it's your greatest tool, it's your greatest asset to become better the next day or better in that next moment. Players who feel failure become tight, nervous, anxious, sporadic, uncontrollable. Players who learn from failure become dangerously good. They become dangerously valuable because they're worried about the next pitch. They're worried, all right, what can I do they use their mind and they alter their mind in ways that help them alter things in their mind in order for them to see it in a different way, to become a learning experience and to become better. All right? If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at begin to change. So because they're constantly adjusting and improving, that's what's going to make them better. But to give some basis on it, you don't want to constantly adjust throughout a game. You just stick with that approach you have for that day from the beginning of the game and you go for it. Don't try to change a swing or change a thought every single at bat or every single pitch, because then your brain's just going to be fried and it's overloading your brain and then it's overwhelming and then you really start tumbling into a snowball effect, a big snowball. Everything starts to crumble all around you. So every game, have an approach, go to it, do it, results happen, then reevaluate and learn from it after the game. That way in the next practice, you can work on that thing that you thought of you did or you saw you did when you're watching film or when you look back at your notes, right? Baseball mirrors life. Life mirrors life, honestly. Something, I watched a movie once, not too long ago, but you want to know the crazy line is that the most unreliable narrator is life itself, because we don't know what life is going to write for us. We don't know what God is going to write for us, right? So the most unreliable narrator or storyteller is life itself, because we don't know what the future holds, only life does. But the crazy thing is we get to choose every day what we do in life in order to create a better future for ourselves, right? We could line up stones every day, and those stones will lead us somewhere. But if we don't act, then don't expect anything. Okay? Life works the same way. Business failures, missed opportunities, mistakes, rejections, relationships, divorces, all the failures and hiccups we deal with in this world. Everyone goes through it because everyone is literally going in the same direction, just with different goals in mind. We all want to succeed, whatever success is to you. We all would want to be happy. We all want to find joy. We all want to find freedom. We all want to find love, and we all want to find peace. Okay, we're all working in the same direction to create the best life for our life as much as possible. But we all deal with failures, mistakes, the unexpected events, right? The difference between people who grow and the people who quit is how you respond. What is your reaction to the action? What is your reaction to the event? How you respond to setbacks? Do you get up and you keep going? Or do you stay down, wallow, and pity yourself? And then that creates a whole torment of trouble, right? God often uses failure to shape character, because God only uses his strongest warriors in the most adverse events. The more adversity, we need to change our minds instead of being, why am I always struggling? Or why am I always getting the unlucky end of the stick? Instead, change it to, I am getting these adversities. I am going through these experiences of difficulty because only God puts his strongest warriors in the line of adversity, in the line of failure, because he wants you to become better. He's using those events for you to experience so that you can learn and grow and become the best version of yourself. Okay? Not every closed door is punishment. Usually, God's closing one door and opening up another. You just need to turn around and look it. Go find it. Follow the doors that open for you. Don't try to keep knocking down the doors that close. Sometimes it's preparation, sometimes it's protection, sometimes it's redirection. And most of the time it's protection and redirection. Okay, God is protecting us from something that we think we want, which is your ego. Your ego wants it because it's safe, secure, and that's a selfish thing to do. While God has another plan and He's redirecting you constantly over and over and over again with another opportunity, and you're blind to see it. Because you're naive, you're arrogant, you're entitled, and the ego wants what it wants. So once we close that door of ego, we can become more aware, more wide-eyed to everything that's going on around us and to the gifts and opportunities God is presenting. Just like in baseball, the key is getting back in the box, right? Just because one bad pitch happened or one bad call happened doesn't mean we step out of the box and we don't go back in the box. We have 3 strikes, so we go back in the box and we compete. Same with life. Let's compete. Let's continue to find ways to get better. We learn from failures and we get better. What I've learned is that the most successful people are the people that just tried one more time, right? They went through all that failure, but they tried one more time, and boom, they hit it. The most successful people are the ones that fell over and over and over again. They keep going, they learn from the mistakes, and now they're millionaires and billionaires because they never gave up. And through that process, God, yes, will give you other answers, other opportunities for you to redirect if need be. You know, you don't just keep trying something over and over and over again just because you think it's right. Usually God will put something else within that process for you to look at, and that's when you redirect instead of not giving up on something, but it's redirection for the preparation of something else, for something greater. Okay, because redirection could create the freedom that you're looking for, the freedom of faith, the freedom of freedom, the freedom of peace. When your identity is tied only to performance, failure feels devastating. So the more we look to God, the more passion we have for God, which is the ultimate passion and identity we should align with, then He rewards us in the things that we want on this earth as far as societal things, dreams and goals, and wanting a fancy car or a better job or a promotion or whatever, right? You put your trust and passion and love in Him and do everything He commands. Treat people with respect, do unto others as you'd have do unto you, doing the right thing, working hard, listening more than you speak. That's when greatness will come to you, and He will present you with the exact things you need in this life to become successful, to become someone that brings so much value to this world to help others. Because when your identity is tied only to performance, failure feels devastating. But when your identity is rooted in faith, failure becomes temporary, which failure is always temporary. Everything's temporary in this life. So let's simplify it. Right? Faith reminds you you're more than your statistics. You're more than your batting average. You're more than your last game. You're more than what other people think of you. Because God knows exactly who you are, and you only know who you are. God cares about your heart and your perseverance. Keep persevering, keep working hard, be passionate, bring energy, bring a great attitude, and bring effort. Because sometimes the greatest growth happens in the hardest seasons. And honestly, it does. Without something hard happening to you, you will never learn how to deal with that again or revert to a different course, steer in a different direction, and become better. Pause 1 second. Okay. Dealing with glow emoji stuff, cosmic baseball. Okay. But sorry, guys. So let's keep stepping back into the box so that we can live your dream. Okay? Because the only way to live your dream is to keep persevering, step into the box, and swing. Because every great hitter has this ability, and I'm going to say it right here. They step back in the box with confidence because they know their separation is in the preparation. So if you prepare, something good can happen if you stick with the approach and you walk in with confidence as if you're the best hitter alive. But don't expect to do something great if you did not put the preparation in. Okay, that's one thing a lot of us do in this life is we expect something to happen for us, something good to happen when you didn't put the work in, or you put minimal work in, and you expect something to be given to you. It's not how life works. It's not how baseball works. The luckiest hitters that will get those broken bat hits and fall in, and they don't really go into slumps, is because they put the work in. And so let's say they hit a line drive out. Next at bat, they're going to get a broken bat hit because that's just how the game works. That's how life works. It balances out in some weird, crazy, spiritual way that the baseball gods and the gods of heaven and our Father God and Jesus Christ, they reward people that put the time, the effort, the practice, the perseverance in. And so that's how the game, that's how life will reward you. But we all need to put the work in, all right? And that's what builds confidence. Because the more you do something, the more repeatable it can be, the more consistent you can be. That's confidence because you know it's going to happen. Something good's going to happen based on the trust and faith you've put into the work. So every great hitter, they trust the work they've put in, and that mindset is powerful in life too. Because you might miss opportunities, you might fail at something, but you don't stop swinging. You trust the process, you trust the preparation, and you trust God's timing. It all plays out the way it's supposed to be. Promise. Sorry, guys. So, in closing, God is great, as always. Everything happens for a reason. We need to take failure and use it, like Jocko says, good. Good, you failed at this. Good, this didn't happen. Now you find a way to reset, learn, do it again, alter, right? Find another path. It makes your brain think. And most people nowadays, they don't want to think. They don't want to figure things out. But that's what failure does. Helps us become better thinkers. Better ways of thinking of solutions. Better problem solving skills, right? So let's go to this verse, Proverbs 24:16. For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again. But the wicked stumble when calamity strikes. Basically saying the wicked stumble and stay down, which is the ego and the selfishness and the people that feel sorry for themselves. They don't stand back up because they wallow in pity. They poor me, why me? They play victim. Whereas the righteous will keep falling and keep rising because they know there's something better, right? Perseverance, work ethic, strength, courage. It's not the fear of failure. It's more the confidence and courage to try something, knowing it might fail, but just to try it, because without doing something, then you'll never know. Okay, failure is part of baseball. It's always going to be part of life. But falling down isn't what defines you. Getting back up, fighting, persevering is what defines you. That's who you are. You're the person that keeps rising, that keeps going after, keeps chasing. So step back in the box, keep swinging, keep your eye on your goal, on the prize, on your dream. Put your thoughts into visualization. Speak it. What you speak, your tongue is so powerful. What you speak can become. Believe it and put it into action. Okay? Trust the process. Yeah, not everything's going to be easy because life ain't easy, or else we'd all be millionaires and we wouldn't even know that there's millionaires because everyone could just do it. So trust the process. Trust that God is working through every season of your life, every moment. Pray. And just know the best is yet to come, guys. This is episode 22, Barrels of Breland. Failing forward. I am your host, Breland Almadova. Episode 21 will drop right after this on YouTube, on Spotify. If you have any questions, email me, DM me, my socials on Instagram, _Smoothie King, FaithLed1990 on TikTok. I believe you could still search me as Breland Almadova. But any questions, concerns, comments, I am on social media. I am there, just looking to serve, looking to help, looking to love. Thank you for your time, guys. The best is yet to come. Stay resilient, stay disciplined, stay faithful. God bless.